Toronto, I'm in a building. Krazy Drayz, Boogie Bang, my man D. Yo, we are in a building. Das EFX has invaded.
All right.
Yo.
All right, let me just put it out there. I mean, we've seen each other before, and it is public knowledge that Das EFX is one of my favorite groups of all time. All time.
Appreciate it, brother.
All right.
Appreciate it.
I was just my memory's not as good as it used to be. So I was doing the Google thing, and we're a couple of years away from the 25th anniversary of Dead Serious. Y'all ain't even paying attention to that?
What?
Come on.
You know what? Nah, honestly, a friend of mine actually reminded me that it was the 23rd year. This year.
Right.
And we celebrated that. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
This month, actually.
Yeah, exactly.
This month.
A couple of weeks, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you guys did celebrate on your own.
Yeah.
It was such a like a monumental album for me. I remember distinctly the very first time I got They Want EFX.
Right.
And I played it, and my mind, I was tripping. It became my favorite record.
Nice.
And then, when you get a 12-inch and you're like, okay, this is great, right? And then the success of that song was amazing. But then you get the album, and then the album is just as good. Like, it lives up to your expectations.
Yeah, we did that. That was
I
us.
saw the shoulder pop over there.
That,
you earned that. So the fact that it is 23 years later,
Right.
what are some of your monumental memories of that first album?
Wow. Well, I mean, you know what? Honestly, I came up in that era to whereas, like, you didn't have to necessarily see the rapper to love him, to fall in love with the music.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So, man, when I heard myself on the radio,
Yeah.
and it actually didn't matter because they actually, like, dumped the record. Like, they had this thing to whereas they either yayed it or they flushed it.
Right.
And it got flushed, but I didn't care.
Whoa. I just got to intervene into the story here, bro.
Okay.
Krazy Drayz is on mic here right now. My life, listen, first
Talk
of all,
about
we named the album Dead Serious.
Right.
Because our situation was dead serious. First of all, we got my man Daryl in the house. He
From
can
the beginning.
testify.
All right.
He went to college with us.
Okay,
Right?
all
So
right.
we
Man.
did 3 years. I'm Jamaican. So if
Okay.
anybody knows anything about my mother.
Yeah. Mom cooked good oxtail?
No, but she can whip a good ass.
All right.
Especially for dropping out of college. Right? Right? So we named the album Dead Serious because we knew this was our only
Correct.
shot. So I remember, listen, I was at the gas station pumping the gas in the truck, and boom, they came on the radio, and the record got it. I was like this, oh, I could go home. Yo, my mother was like this. My time was ticking. Right?
Wow.
So when they yayed the record on the radio, I was in the door, like, kick the door, like,
Right.
did she hear this?
Right.
Wow.
Okay. Y'all are from Brooklyn.
I'm from Brooklyn.
Brooklyn.
I'm from Jersey.
Jersey, Teaneck,
right.
okay?
Facts.
Right.
Correct.
Teaneck to Brooklyn.
Correct.
But you went to school in Virginia.
Correct.
That's where the talent show was and all that stuff?
Right. At Virginia State.
Right. Okay. So where did you hone your, because to me, everybody talks about the riggedy and so how it was a gimmick or whatever, but no one really.
Do they?
Well,
Whoa.
back then there was definitely people talking about the gimmick and whatnot. But to me, they cannot dispute. It's undisputable the lyrics.
Right.
The way you guys wrote. You know what I mean? And to me, so where did you guys hone that? Was it in Virginia? Because I mean, that's where you guys became a group. Or was it, back in NYC?
Was it pre-VA?
Yeah.
It was a little bit of both, I guess. You know what I mean? And I guess it was always a sense of friendly battling between me and Dre.
Okay.
You know?
Right.
Once we figured out we was the best things going out there, it was
Hands
just
down,
us.
bar
Right.
none. I mean,
Back then I can't.
But that's the thing. So go
Pharrell
ahead.
wasn't doing nothing back then.
And no, he's not boasting because back then there was nobody rhyming. Right now, I just had a package delivered to my crib. The UPS guy was like, I got bars. I was like, what? What? You got bars?
Right.
And they were halfway good. But anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, that's
a
correct. And that's just what it was. You know what I mean? We was already doing what we were doing while we were separate.
Right.
Dre being in Jersey, me in Brooklyn. And when we got there, we ran into each other. It was just like, yo, we got better off of each other.
It was, let's do a little word association. I'll name the song, and then you guys, just hit me back with whatever you're thinking about that song in this moment. So Mike Checker album version.
Boom, boom, boom.
Crazy. No, that's the remix.
All right. Well,
The remix had the bass line.
yeah, the
Yeah.
swing one is the original one. All right, what do you want to know about that one? Because I got my own story.
I want to hear the story.
All right. My story for that record was, correct me if I'm wrong, the last record to get wrapped up in a bow. Derek and Chris, the producer, Solid
Right.
Scheme,
Yeah.
could not think of a hook.
Nope, none of
We
us could.
had no hook. We almost were like, just leave the record off.
Okay.
Forget it.
Unbelievable.
They had no hook. And where we mixed the record back in the day
Yeah.
was at this guy, Charlie Murata.
Right.
Had a pool. He was like a swinging dude.
Yeah.
We'd be in the pool, swimming. Got a hook? Nothing. And we were just like, forget it,
great
man.
story.
We had no. So, go ahead, Skoob.
I'm going to just add on to that because the flip side of that coin is that you could drive up to Charlie's driveway any given day and he's fighting with his girl.
Oh, that was the- yeah,
scratches
that was
and
the
blood
side
everywhere.
story,
Like,
okay.
yo, Charlie, what's
You guys are
happening?
just throwing Charlie under the bus.
Yo,
he
man,
owned up
nah.
to it.
Oh,
Charlie
really?
was
All right.
Hair swinging dude.
He was
Wild
a
dude.
genius.
Right.
Like, but
So the last straw
Evil
was
genius.
Derek and Chris. They went through our rhymes and were listening to,
Yeah.
and then they came across Scoob's microphone check. He says that
Right,
during his
1,
verse,
2, checker.
and here you go. He got double
That's how
billing,
the- that's
man.
how
Okay,
the
so actually, now that you brought up Chris
And a little fact side note, that's
All right.
Redman on the ad libs.
Really? And then later on, years later, Redman and Meth paid homage to that record.
Exactly. See how
And they
it all-
and they did that song justice though.
Correct.
Yes,
Oh.
they did. I, would have to
I actually
say so.
it came
No,
on the shuffle
Correct.
just the other day,
Exactly.
and I turned it up.
Yeah.
Okay,
it.
so let's go back to Solid Scheme, right? Because before DOS Effects, you never heard of Solid Scheme. So how did you guys connect? Where did they come from?
Well, I mean, Derek, he and I went to high school together.
Okay,
And we grew up in the same neighborhood.
right.
So Chris grew up around the corner from where Derek lived.
Right.
So it was just natural that we were all just a crew.
There's a cozy little Brooklyn
There was a crew.
story he's telling you
No,
about.
I get that,
Yeah,
but
you know
is,
what I
is
mean?
it safe
Cozy
to
little
say
Brooklyn
that
thugs.
they never did anything
And then
outside
I
of DOS Effects?
infiltrated.
No.
I came in
All
from
right, let me go a little
like
deeper
Mr.
for you.
Withers, and I came in and I said, "Little boys and girls,
Okay,
I'm
bug
going
it.
to be part of the crew."
So let me take it a little bit deeper.
All right.
Before I got to Virginia State,
Yeah.
I used to rhyme with Derek's brother,
Okay.
who was a couple of years older than us.
Right.
And then we actually did a show at BMCC in Brooklyn. Crazy. But
You guys just making all my DOS Effects dreams come true right now.
that was
so
crazy.
that's where the whole connect between us and Derek and then Chris, because my man Dre that went to high school with me, he lived on the same block that Chris lived on. So that was the connection right there between Chris and I.
Right.
So and then they just started doing beats.
Crazy.
Derek actually started when I was messing with Tone. Me and Tone was driving. So
Oh,
Derek
okay.
used to try, and then Chris got on, and then they started working together.
When you say Tone, you talking about Red Hot Lover Tone?
No.
Oh.
Tone,
So he's
Tone,
taking
Tone,
you-
Tone is Derek's
the
brother. I'm
Brooklyn-
sorry.
Oh,
I'm
okay,
moving too
okay,
fast.
okay.
Yeah, see, and then he mentioned another Dre. There was another
Right,
Dre doing their
right,
crew.
Right, exactly.
right.
So, but they
I'm
needed the
talking too
special
fast. My
sauce,
bad.
Yes.
which was me.
And that's
How
where
they
you
had it,
came in.
yes.
Yes.
So, but to add on to his story is what happened. So we met at Virginia State,
Yeah.
and they were mixing up their own stuff, doing what they were
Correct.
doing.
Right.
And then how we met was college function. One of our homeboys was in the middle just like this. A
Right.
beat was playing. Skoob was rhyming. I was rhyming.
All the stars
Right.
aligned and made
Yeah,
it
yeah.
happen. It
was
worked
like
out
peanut butter
fantastic.
Yeah.
Every season, there you had it.
All right, give me that microphone.
That was a good record.
That was a phenomenal. Like
record.
lyrically, that song is. I would write rhymes to that song.
I got my own story. to
All right,
that
let's go.
record.
Story time.
All right. My story that I remember about that record.
I crushes the toughest hard rocks, the fruity pebbles.
That guy right there.
Come
I gotta give it
on.
up to that guy. Okay, so listen. I gotta tell the story. Dude.
All right,
Hold-
yeah.
Record this. At the time, me and this guy are living together. when
Right.
We're writing that record.
Okay.
Oh my God. So this guy is down at his wing of the mansion. You know
All
how I
right.
did that for you? Where he's down at his wing and he's playing the beat loud. And I'm walking through the house and I'm listening and I could hear a glimpse of what this beast was writing. I was like this. Oh, this is gonna be a problem. Yo, when I tell you, I had to go back to my wing like Daniel's son like this.
Right.
This
So
guy,
it really is like steel sharpening steel.
well, listen, I'm telling you on that record, yo, Skoob, yo.
Yo.
I don't know if he was feeling the
Thank you,
beat,
gentlemen.
but I was like, yo, this guy is You want to do this one by yourself? I'll do the hook.
And
Okay.
also that was a Charlie Murata beat.
Oh, was it really?
That was a
Charlie did that
yeah,
beat?
that's
Nice.
Charlie.
It's crazy. One of my favorites. Okay, so let's go to Hold It Down because it had one of the greatest Das EFX songs on it of all time, and that was, of course, Real Hip Hop.
Yo.
Dude, when that record came out,
Really?
come on.
More than Day One Effects, you think?
No, but I was such a huge fan at that point
Got you.
that it was like, okay, they
Yeah,
brought it again, right? They,
Okay.
Yes.
I felt that way when I heard the track.
Yeah.
Because Primo was on some chill shit, like just playing, you know what I mean?
Right.
And then he was like, yo, let me just play this for y'all.
And you knew
that
that was the
came
one?
on.
You knew that was the one
I'm
as soon
like,
as you
yo,
heard it.
Preem, how you gonna play with my emotions like that?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Ridiculous.
And then he was like, somebody wanted it and was like, he ain't gonna use it. Y'all just take it. But he just wasn't amped about it. I'm like, dude.
Wow. That's a
That's what you
classic. It's a
remember?
Watch this.
classic.
Yeah.
That's what you
Like
remember?
you cannot play a hip hop party and not play that record.
I did not know
Wow.
if that beat was going to sink or swim.
Really?
Yo, I think at that time we were on a beat circuit.
Yeah.
Correct me if I'm wrong. So we
Yeah,
had
we
seen
was doing beats
we had
with-
seen Primo. We went to see Pete Rock.
Right.
We had
Easy
seen
Mo
Easy Mo
B.
B. We were seeing all
Clark
these
Kent.
guys like
It was
Clark
crazy.
Kent. We were seeing these guys on a daily 1, 2, 3 basis. So by that time, I think I had beat overload. And I was just like this.
Well, clearly somebody saw something with that because it was the
liked that
single. It
beat.
was the
I
first
love
single,
that
right?
beat.
He was the one.
I was fighting
Skoob
hard
liked
for
it.
that.
I was like this. The beat I liked was No Diggity.
All
I
right.
remember in that meeting, we were in his crib. I almost kicked over some of Primo's records. He's like, Adrian, I don't know you like that. Watch the records.
Okay,
Yo,
so-
when I heard No Diggity, I said, oh, damn, what is this?
So now it's 2015. What's going on with Das EFX now?
Yo, we here touring.
How's the love? Like, I mean, clearly you've made such a well. First of all, the impact you've made on hip hop is tremendous, right? And then the legacy that you've left behind musically is tremendous. So, what is the love like when you guys tour different places? I assume Japan and Europe and all these places where there's a huge resurgence. Even in North America now, there's a huge resurgence with throwbacks and '90s hip hop
Correct.
and early 2000s hip hop.
Right.
So, so tell me, give me a little bit of of what's going on now.
Man, I mean, we base a lot of what we do on our show. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, we want to make sure that these people, when they come out and they're excited about it and they're going to, shop for clothes before the show and buy sneakers and boots. And, it's hard to come by $1 these days.
Yeah, of course.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
when people come out and spend that hard-earned money to see us, we want to make sure they go home like, yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean? And not only that, it makes for a good, relationship with promoters, because it's a small world that we live in. You know what I mean?
Of course.
So I could count within the past month how many shows we've built because we did a good show and people were like, I need them.
Now, listen, don't get us wrong. We want to do the big stage, big, fully blown album on the radio every day, all day. But that takes the machine behind you, and then to get the deal, and then to, so a lot of guys in our era we're tour guys, and, some of us have better deals than others, indie deals,
Right.
distribution deals. There's
Right.
all kind of deals you can get now, you know what I mean? So
course.
what we want to do musically when the time comes to do the Das album is to make sure that whatever machine is behind it, it's enough that you won't be like, where'd you had an album out and I missed it.
Right.
That's
Negative.
the part that's
Right.
not hot.
That's
and
not
cool,
gonna happen.
because the window gets smaller for, can I see a video channel that plays the video, or do I have to happen to see it on YouTube, right?
Right.
So all these things were like, man, when we get our album together, because we're both doing solo stuff in
Correct.
between and in between time,
Right.
which we could talk about, but that's our main concern. Like, we don't want the Das album to go on deaf ears.
So when Das is performing, is it we going all the way back and then all the way up?
we do
and then-
whatever. We do whatever. You know what I'm saying? It depends on the night you catch us. We might do a request segment of the show. Like, we like to call our stuff like a party.
Right. All right, listen, Krazy Drayz, book spelled backwards.
Yeah,
No,
we in the
it-
building. Hashtag big ticket. Come kick it. Hey, yo, the name's Krazy Drayz, baby. Look, I'm legendary. I've been around a while. My rickety rap style vary. I got more flavors than to do with Ben and Jerry, and I'm bringing home the bacon, making me a pretty penny. I'm super duper good with mine. Sometimes it's effing scary. A savage, I embarrass, damage any adversary. They want effects, real hip hop. We in the building.